Hello and welcome back to Art and Craft Therapy. My name is Deirdre. Thank you for coming back and watching my videos. This is part 6 of 6, so this is the last video showing you my 2019 stash. I hope you've enjoyed them. I had fun sharing it with you. Because as I've said before, I'm in the process of moving, and I figured as I'm packing and putting things away, it would be a good idea to show you what's in my stash. So you can plan your stash, and I'll probably film my 2020 stash in March. So every 6 months or so I replenish, and just once a year I'll show you what's in my stash. And as I'm sharing with you my creations, I'll just show you what I used along the way during the videos. But I just thought this would be a good head start, so anyone out there that's new to art and craft, mini album, junk journals, smash books, and scrapbooking can kind of have an idea. You can get an idea of what to start collecting, how to harvest, what to choose, what did Deirdre use. Then you can look at my video and go hunt out other videos. There are lots and lots of videos out there where people like myself share with you where they get their items as well. So let's get this going. I'm excited. Again, this is the last of the 6 videos I shared with you. And in each video, I kind of go over themes. And I guess this theme is the actual books that I used. And let me see. And some of the cover ideas for my upcoming videos. So again, thank you. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. All of you that are leaving comments, I so appreciate it. Thank you. If you have any suggestions, any content creators that are into arts and crafts, anything related to what I'm doing, or if you're a YouTuber that's maybe in the film business, in the theater business, or I even thought about archivists. Archivists might, take a peek and see what we're up to as well. Please leave a link down below and share. That's my way of networking. I appreciate it. All right, let's get started. And please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified in the next time I post a video. I certainly appreciate it. Let's go. So here we go. I hope I get everything in the shot. As you can see, here's a French dictionary. And again, I get a lot of my items at the library. Most libraries have bookstores. In their bookstores, they have discarded books, books that people have donated, books that they have acquired some way or another, maybe a branch closed, and they kind of phase out books that they don't want anymore, and they sell them for as little as 10 cents. Some magazines are 10 cents. Books are $1. DVDs and CDs are $1. So, I mean, I recommend any and everyone out there who is in the recycle, upcycle, reuse, and reduce, community, which everyone should be, is to start there if you're looking for a new book to read. You never know what you'll find. And throughout my videos, I'll share with you some of the good finds out there that I've come across. All right, let's get started. And again, I've already showed you the paper. I don't necessarily have to open it up and show you what a dictionary looks like. That's, a French dictionary. You're going to find French words in there. But the reason why I'm doing this one, contradicting myself, is the paper's already brown. So I don't have to coffee dye it or tea dye it. It already has that beautiful, warm, brown, aged look to it. So that's why I wanted to share that with you. I also got a Spanish dictionary. So you'll be seeing that in the future. Okay. I tore the cover off of that because I liked the cover. So you'll see that in an altered book project. Here is a large text dictionary. So I kind of like that. So let's just say the word essential. That's a lot larger than your average dictionary that I'm going to show you. And I can actually use that as a label or in a, you know, a scrapbook visual, you know, what am I trying to say? I can tear out the word, use it to describe something as a title, as a visual, you know, aid, item, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm tongue-tied right now. I'm giddy because I'm almost at the end. And this regular old Webster's Dictionary. And as you can see, I got such a tight shot, I just ripped out a page. See how small that is? So I'd rather use the wide, large print than this as for titles and visuals. This is more or less would be background. I'd paint over it. But look at that cool picture. You can find pictures and you can blow it up and use it. So you'll be seeing me do that a lot. Like I would increase that to maybe 50% and use it, you know, in one of my junk journals. I'm working on a I'm working on a bird cage project, so that's why I put that up there. You can find these at the dollar store anywhere. So when you see them, pick one or two up, so when I do that project, you can join in on the fun. Now, every book I come across, I don't necessarily harvest from, because I've felt lucky enough that I found it. I think this book was $1. A Guide to the Birds of East Africa. Is that amazing? So I added this birdie from my Walker's journal I shared before, so I'll know where it is. But this is pretty amazing. It's not about pictures, it's about information, but there are some lovely illustrations. But I'm going to use this whole book to decorate with, like on a counter, or when I finish my bird house project, I'm going to, you know, they're going to hang out together. So that's a designing element for your home, your interior designer, or aspire to be one. This book called The Cactus Garden, I just loved the title and the ink that they used. And it's green, like my Green Fairy book. It's, hey, she says she was taking a nap. She wants to hang out now. So I'm going to incorporate it in the display when I make my display. So again, this wasn't about pictures, or I'm not going to tear it. I'm going to keep it because it has the word garden in it. And I'm going to be working on a garden journal. Okay. All right, here's some few other goodies. Organized it so it kind of makes sense. You can follow along. I'm zoomed in really tight this time because I looked at some of my videos. I just thought it was too far away. I failed to mention, I know we talked about paper, so this is a little insert. I failed to mention to talk about Post-its that come in designs. You can use those too as designing elements in your junk journals. Okay, not pretty? Cool, right? I don't know if people still use phone books. Some people do. You can still use that. Those are stickers too. I'm just not going to tear it off. I don't know, do hotels still share stationery? If they do, Those are good things to use. Long paper, if you see, you know, bound notebooks that are long, you can use those. And in some planners, they already have elements on there. There's a pair of boots, and there's a little purse. So I thought I'd share those with you. I came across them. I'm going to put them where they belong, but I wanted to share it with you. Magazines. Okay. And they all don't have to be related to what you're doing. It's just that you might find what you need. Birds. Perfect for my project. So you'll be surprised. I saw this New Yorker magazine. It was 10 cents. So, and I love that cover. Look at that. And then when I went through, you know, I saw some dark art, as they call it. Just kind of cool. And then what else did I find in here? I found some inspiration for Christmas. Is that neat? We can do that. Very cool, right? Okay. Old books. Now, I'm going to be doing travel journals for myself on a personal, you know, tip on places I've visited, places I've lived. So when you go to those bookstores in your library, you'll find books there, and you'll see images that you'll want to use in your travel journals. And when I found this, I wasn't quite sure what it was going to have inside, but this is one of my favorite places. It's called Fisherman's Village. It's in Marina del Rey. It's where I used to live. And I would eat dinner there, seafood by the ocean, at least once a week I was there. So that was really a great memory for me. So, altered books again. I've given my disclaimer. I've explained how us, you know, designers, artists, use our books, why we use them. There we go, that's a little better. How we harvest them, why we harvest them, what we do with the paper, how we design it, how we incorporate it, all that good stuff. I don't need to go through that again. Thank you so much. If you've gone through all 6 of my videos, I so appreciate you. Let me know you made it. Because that's why I did it. Because I wanted to share. And I wanted to show you in my way. You know, just thanks for stopping by. Come on in to my art table and see what I use. So that this way you'll know. Okay, so this one, now you'll get better. Samples. Okay, that's my sample. You'll get better at it just like I did. So, whoopsie. And that's okay. You know why? The book that I'm going to make is going to be way thicker than that. But I was trying to learn how to get into these books without tearing it. Okay? And then as time went by, I did. I got better and better. And so will you, as you can see. Okay. That one is ready to embellish. This one is ready to embellish. And as you can see, let me see. I think this one and this one. Yes, that one. I try to get them where they're similar, because I'll make one for myself, one to sell, or one for myself, one to share, one for myself, one to swap. So when I'm looking for the books, I try to get 2 similar. So that's why I'm showing you that. There's my whoopsie again. Okay. Now, this one will be with that one, because they're similar. The ridges. Can you see? Ridges and then ridges. So these 2 I will harvest from. Meaning I will go in This is a trick that I use. I do this. I sit, watch my favorite show, and I just bend this like, I don't know, 30 minutes. You know, I might set it down to take a drink or use the ladies' room or something like that. But I find if you do this, this part separates from that part. So you just bendy, bendy, bendy. Again, go and watch some artists that already have videos out there. Mine is not going to hit the internet until, again, like I said, my tutorial's in January, so if you want to wait till then, I might do 1 or 2 altered books before then, but I'll share with you how I get in there. But that's a tip I wanted to share. Again, you find a book, you want to harvest it, you get it, and you bend, and see how I can get my finger in there? It just makes it easier to cut that off. See? If I wanted to, I could peel that off. Okay? So that's a tip. This book I got to harvest because look at that design element. Where's Elton? It's a little anchor. So I'll be using that. Okay, so we went over lots and lots of ideas already on how we use the book pages, all that good stuff. I just wanted to share with you, sorry this lighting is terrible. Okay, I just wanted to share with you a couple of ideas. This is what it looks like when it comes out. You know, some interior designers use this in designing. So you might see that in some high-end books, things like that. I got this book because not only is the name perfect for Halloween, right? I loved how the chapter title page looked. And after I bendied it, it just popped open. So that'll be a good one. You'll be seeing that in the future. So I wanted to share that with you. That's just how they look, and then you do your harvesting from those. Huge art books. If you get an art book, grab it. Art books, especially if it's like a college book, they make them new every year for students, so don't feel like you're destroying something because they've made a new edition and they've moved on and they've added, if it's a book that describes art from long ago to the present day, they've added new things. So I harvest from art books all the time. As you can see, I'm going to be using this in a project. Pictures. Now be careful. This is not a copy, so nobody can like, hey, she made a copy of something I own or something a museum owns. No, I tore it apart because I'm going to use this element in one of my junk journals. I will not sell it. I will swap it because you have to be careful in reproducing art that belongs to someone else. So I won't even go into that. I'm not here to teach you about that. There are a million videos out there about stealing art or people who infringe on copyright laws, and be careful. I like these because you can make, you know, wall hangings with them if you don't want to put it in designs. You know, a lot of these artists are well known. A lot of these images are well known. You know, Whistler's mother, right? That's in the Louvre. And there is carving. So use art books. Don't be afraid to use art books as well. You can use the words. See, I've already ripped some words. I'm ready to go. Here's some images that I'm going to frame. So that's fun too. It's fun to harvest. Because you know what? That book is sitting there, nobody's going to use it, and eventually it's going to get thrown away. So if it's already in a library, bookstore, it's going to get destroyed. I guarantee you. So this was a book page. First I've got the page. And here's another element. In this book, it's called Knit 2. It's a knitting needle. So I'll be using that. You won't see this in here, but I'm going to make more of these out of that because of that element. Now, as you can see, I made more than one. In the future, I don't know what I was thinking. Always make one prototype with all the elements that you're going to use. For instance, make the one with that glue and that embellishment and let it dry. I didn't do that, and I don't like the way that glue is. I'll figure out what I want to do with this, but I don't know yet. I would not, see, now you can see it in the back, I would not put that in a journal. I didn't like how this glue came out. So when I make new ones, I'll make one at a time. You see that book is called Ghost Town. That's going to go in my Halloween projects. I basically one piece of paper up and back, and then I rounded the corners with my paper punch. We went over that. But I'm going to use a different adhesive. Oops. I'm just going to use tape for that one, because like I said, I did not like how this wet glue came out. So I'll figure that out. But make one prototype first. Don't mess up like me. Or we show you how we messed up so you don't make the same mistake. That's another fun thing about creating. You figure stuff out. Now, I shared with you these before, right? But then I found the other gray ones that I purchased. These are seed packets I got at Target. Okay, those were $1 for, like, I don't know, what is it? $1 for 15. And out of my herbaceous book, remember, I started my project. Okay, I think I showed these to you before, and then I found, remember I said there was one with ladies on it? You'll see those a lot. You can get these off of Amazon and eBay. They're called newspaper print bags. Newspaper print bags. And I've already started a project with this one. Whoops, there it goes. I'll get that later. Okay. This is my favorite pizza from Walmart. And I harvest the cardboard from it. This is how it comes. That's what it looks like with the pizza on top of it. And you can wash paper, people. Don't leave it in there to soak, because it'll just fall apart. You can wash it, scrub it, soap and water, soap and water, soap and water, soap and water, flick off all the food particles, and let it dry for a week. Trust me, because you don't want it to mold or let little buggies go in there and live. Let it dry for a week. Then, put this over here. You peel this top off. Ta-da! Cardboard. Those are beautiful visual elements I see in a lot of junk journals. So when I opened that pizza for the first time and I saw those cardboard pieces in there, I was like, yay! To me, that was like jackpot. I'm going to use that. Now I use, this is the cover it came in, or container. Really struggling here with so close, but I got it in there. That now, instead of putting it in a dump, I'm reusing it for storage. Now I also have colored cardboard. Isn't that cool? I purchased it. It's a big old sheet, but there's no way it's going to fit in here. Recollection sells it as well. And as you can see, I've pulled off some pieces or two, or 5. Fun, right? And if you want to get that old look, you just take your finger and you make it bendy, smashy. Cool, right? All right, this one is not going to be as long, but I'm almost done. I'm having so much fun sharing and organizing my things and getting ready for my move. I'm super excited. I'll be a lot closer to my family, and that is the most exciting thing for me right now. I'm really happy. These are what we call, can you see it in there? Yay. There we go. These are piano pages. Back in the long, long time ago, they had these pianos that were mechanized, and these are called piano rolls, and this is what it looks like. Let me do this. That's what the end looks like. There you go. And it's just all rolled up like a scroll. You can see the holes there. And it would play music. Stuff that away. This is, let's see, what is this? It's a Christmas song in Sleepy Valley. I collected these because, number one, when I saw the box, that's totally beautiful. The different designs. Unfortunately, the boxes that I have a lot of tape on them because whoever had them put tape on them. So I'm trying to investigate, see how I can remove that, number one. Number two, these are the perfect boxes for my Halloween project, so you'll see that. And number three, let me take that away. It's taking up too much space. You can use the paper in your scrapbooking. And oops, in your junk journals and your mini albums. And believe it or not, your home decor. So you'll be seeing that too. I've seen a couple of designers use this in arts and crafts. Not a lot, but I've seen a few. So you'll see me use that as well. All right, so we have envelopes. We went over stationery before. I got these for like $1 at a Goodwill store. Brand new. Meaning, you know, nothing was missing, nothing was wrong with it. There's no stains, no smells. Here's another one, ivory. Okay. You can also use old, you know, envelopes that you get. That was job related. Junk mail. That will become junk journals. So start keeping those. Okay. Then sometimes you end up with odd and end envelopes that fell out or you're not using for anything. Sometimes you just grabbed an extra by mistake from the store. I got these, I believe, at Target. Yep. 97 cents for, let's see, 12 envelopes. So again, when you're doing your browsing trips, you'll be surprised what you find. Look at this paper I found at a Goodwill. It's gold. That's expensive paper, folks. So it's going to be beautiful. I'm thinking about Christmas ornaments. Haven't decided yet. All right, almost there. 29 minutes. Excited. Next video you'll see is sort of like a a bonus video. And then after that will be my first journal that I share with you. So I'm really excited. And by the time you see this one, will be a couple of days before I post it. So stay tuned. Now we talked about the inside. Everything I showed you were elements that go on the inside of books. Elements you can use in scrapbooking. Elements you can harvest from. Elements you can upcycle, recycle, reuse, that type of thing. So that's all said and done. Now, there are so many options out there. Companies are now making products just for folks like us. You can use this in so many different ways. It's bought. They give you more than one. You can find them Michaels, Hobby Lobby, eBay, Etsy, your fabric stores. I know Joann Fabrics has a huge art selection. Go take a browsing trip there. They pre-make this stuff. They've gotten on board. Usually we would have to cut this out and cover it with canvas or paper and make our craft. It's already done. You can use that in a million ways. You can use that in high-end interior design. You can make a smash book with it. You can paint on it, or you could, give it as a gift. These are chipboards. They already come with the ring, the binder ring there. You can design them. They come in all different sizes. Remember, I'm working on my bird cage project and bird house project, so I'm using the other ones. That's supposed to be a bird cage. Here is sunflower. So that you'll see this is all harvest thing because that's what I'm working on. And here's my bird cage. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Some of them come, see it's 3 parts, and that little part down there pops out. Some of them come with instructions. So I think I found this on Etsy or eBay or someone. So shout out to artgallery.com, and I'll put that in the description. Now, it doesn't matter if I don't choose to make it like she did, which is absolutely beautiful, or whomever this artist is. It's absolutely adorable. But you can do all kind of things with that chipboard. So again, shout out to artsyalbums.com. This is good to keep because here she shows you and gives you ideas and does step by step. So this is great if you're a first timer. You could take that idea and put it on a scrapbook. You could just rip out the paper or cut it out and make it look like that. So thank you for the inspiration. I love it. You can use, I'll use that last. Cereal boxes. I had to stop myself because I had a whole pile of boxes. I had to control myself. I have maybe 50 flattened cereal boxes that I'm going to be using. But as you can see, I'm starting a 9x9 junk journal. I need 5 of these cards to make 10 pages front and back. So always write down your ideas. It's going to get covered up eventually. So I'm already planning. Sometimes you get cardboard. This is really thick. I have no idea what I'm going to use. From other products. So save it. You'll use it for something. This is board. You can buy at Michaels or Hobby Lobby or any picture frame store and use it. I'm going to use that for a mini album. And you can see I've already taped it to get ready for the paper that I'm going to use. So nice and thick. Regular old paper. I've got 3 different colors there. So if somebody said, what type of paper you use? I use regular print paper in different colors. Okay, so when you saw that coffee dyed stuff, I just wanted to show that to you to prove. I use regular typewriting paper. It's back to school season, so go out there and get some tracing paper or writing tablet paper. Okay, here's the tracing paper. Okay, you can use that as a design element. Okay, tracing paper. All right, in this envelope, let me see. Oh yeah, that's it. In this envelope, I keep. Oopsie. Isn't that cool? From a children's book, a children's learning book. Is that adorable? Now what I'm going to do in this process, just so I can see what happens, I'm going to write to, I kept the book, and I'm going to write and ask, do I have permission to use the image? So we'll see. But I just love that. I'm in love with owls. So this book had so many things. You could use that. You could use this food. There's cakes. Ice cream cone, right? All right, you can use ledger paper. Hold it still for you. That was fun. Lots of splashing going on. You can use planners. And you'll see this again. When you see it, you'll say, oh, there that is. That's how she used that. Calendars. Okay. And let me see. I think that's it for this one. Oh, this was a very interesting calendar. So, liturgical calendar. So on there it had all the days of worship. So that was interesting. Thought that was fun. So that's it for that. And last but not least, I think I found this beautiful file folder in Tuesday morning. If you haven't hit up a Tuesday morning, run. Not only do I love to buy lotions and bath items, things like that, they have a scrapbook area. It's sort of like their version of, you know, when something trickles down, they just buy things and that's where they end up, and you get some really neat stuff. We use paper bags. Old, this paper is so old, it's from an encyclopedia. Can you hear that? That's how thin it is. Okay. You can use, if you're into stocks and bonds, you get all that stuff in the mail, you can use a prospectus because it makes a great background. You can cover that with paint. See, I made an envelope. And I use this envelope to guide me. So when I make more, I need to sit down and make more. This one, I probably won't glue it because it's so thin. But I'll figure out. Because I might use it as an element just like that and stick it down. But it's so thin, you wouldn't really use it. But that's what that's for. Okay. These are beautiful colored lined notebook paper. Isn't that beautiful? Again, it's back to school, so go out there and on one of your browsing trips, See what you can find. I do it all the time, and I always find things. Large envelopes, music sheets, scores, paper that hasn't been used yet, planners. I guess this would be like a to-do sheet. Don't be afraid to use regular lined paper. If you're on a budget but you want to make a junk journal, I plan to make a junk journal with just lined paper. So if you're on a budget, or you're just not in that space right now where you can go out and buy fancy stuff, that's A-okay. So basically you're harvesting from your things you already have in your house. Almost everyone has a home office, you know, where you go and sit and pay your bills or do whatever. Things that you already have, or things you received from someone. Someone gave this to me. Obviously you can see it's used. So I kept it. I wouldn't throw that in the trash. No. I'll figure out how to use it. These were left over from the project. And I'm going to probably never have that same document size, but I kept this because it matched this, and they're like, and I can use that in a product. And that's it. We made it. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Here, let me put something over here, just so I can just let you know how grateful I am that you stopped by, that you came in, that you watched, and that you like the content so far. I appreciate you. Like I said, the next video you see will be my junk journals. Then the 1st of October will be holidays. For me, that's the kickoff of the holiday season. So you'll see Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. January will be tutorials. February is Valentine's. And then in March, I'm going to do a whole brand new stash set of videos. So I really, really thank you for stopping in. The reason why I'm sharing these with you is I might, again, I shared before, in December, do a Vlogmas, participate in Vlogmas, meaning I'm supposed to do I asked someone, you're supposed to do the 31 videos and post them each day, so that's fair. They don't all have to be related to Christmas, but they can also be helpful tip videos as well. And my tip to you, as I close out this video, is get a beautiful planner that you will use every time that you work on your art supplies or just your daily stuff, and start writing down the ideas, or get a planner and go through my videos and start writing down what you're going to collect, harvest, and stash. And I'll start using this or a planner if it's not these planners. As you can see, they're kind of full. I've had these for a long time. How I keep track of things and write things down. By then I'll have my wide angle lens. I'll be in my new location, and you'll see much more of my workspace and my work area. So I appreciate you for stopping by. Thank you so much. Again, please like, subscribe, share.